But Foxy Brown, how you feel about the news that broke that, she might testify against Keefe D?
Foxy is a whole nother problem for them. It's gonna be really interesting if she gets on a jury stand.
Back in the 90s, Foxy Brown ruled the rap game with her style and smash hits straight out of Brooklyn. But her journey wasn't just about music. Lots of scandals and rumors followed her, especially when it came to her ties with Jay-Z and Diddy. While she was dropping platinum albums and collabing with the big boys, Foxy couldn't escape the drama. Now, to make matters worse, Foxy was one of the artists that stuck up for Diddy amidst all his legal troubles and controversies. I mean, is that not sus? But hold on, because it looks like there's more. According to new reports, it seems Foxy Brown might have leaked the restored footage Diddy tried so hard to hide. From assault allegations to shady business whispers, it would appear she has seen a lot, and apparently she might be called upon to testify against him. But through it all, though, Foxy's legacy as an OG in hip-hop remains untouchable. She paved the way for female MCs everywhere, leaving her mark on the culture that still bangs today. Stick around, this gets really juicy, I promise.
Barely 20 years old, and you're traveling all over the place. You're Europe, America, selling records, living this life. I see you everywhere.
Inga DeCarlo Fung Marchand, but you probably know her as the iconic Foxy Brown. Born on September 6, 1978, you also probably know this Brooklyn babe blew up the rap scene in the 90s. In 1996, Foxy signed with Def Jam Recordings and dropped her debut album Il Na Na that November. And let's just say, she didn't come to play. The album skyrocketed to number 7 on the Billboard 200, went platinum, and sold over 7 million copies worldwide. Plus, it gave us the epic jam I'll Be, featuring none other than Jay-Z, which slayed the Billboard Hot 100. But she didn't stop there. In '97, Foxy teamed up with Nas, AZ, and Cormega, who later got replaced by Nature, to form the supergroup The Firm. Their one and only album dropped under Dr. Dre's Aftermath Entertainment, and even though critics threw some shade, it still topped the Billboard 200. Next up, her 1998 album China Doll smashed the charts too, debuting at number 1 on the Billboard 200. Foxy became the second female rapper to hit that spot after Lauryn Hill. Talk about girl power. Then came Broken Silence in 2001, landing at number 5 and scoring Foxy her first Grammy nomination for the banger Nah Nah Be Like. After parting ways with Def Jam in 2003, her fourth album, Il Na Na 2 The Fever, got shelved. But hold up, Jay-Z, who was the label's president at the time and a frequent collaborator, brought her back into the fold to work on another album, Black Roses, which sadly also never saw the light of day. Foxy's got a unique cultural mix, too. She's Trinidadian-American, blending Afro-Trinidadian, Indo-Trinidadian, and Chinese-Trinidadian heritage. Born and raised in Brooklyn's cool-as-heck Park Slope neighborhood, she grew up with her 2 older brothers. After her parents split when she was 4, the family moved in with her grandpa. She eventually hit Brooklyn College Academy, because brains and beats? Yeah, the woman's got both. But what is her story, you ask? All these successes, all these accolades cause Foxy is regarded as an OG now, one of the earliest successful female MCs. The story goes that teenage Foxy was crushing a talent contest in Brooklyn's cool Park Slope neighborhood. She was barely out of high school and already turning heads. The production crew Trackmasters, who were working on LL Cool J's Mr. Smith album, just happened to be in the crowd that night. They were so blown away by Foxy's performance that they invited her to spit some fire on I Shot Ya, and that was just the beginning.
Temperatures rising. Temperatures rising.
Foxy didn't waste any time making waves. She jumped onto remixes of Toni Braxton's You're Making Me High, and her features started stacking up. From the soundtrack of The Nutty Professor, she laid down bars on Case's Touch Me, Tease Me, and Jay-Z's Ain't No N.A., which practically made her a household name overnight.
Was dead broke, but now you're styling. I raised you, basically made you into a dawn flipping waiter.
Her style was bold, her lyrics were spicy, and the fact that she was doing all this as a teenager, pure legend vibes. The music world couldn't get enough, and before you knew it, every label was scrambling to sign her. The battle was fierce, but in March 1996, Def Jam Records swooped in and snagged 17-year-old Foxy for their lineup. Now I know that sounds like an amazing story, something straight out of a Hollywood film. Young girl from the hood makes it big super young. Her parents ought to be proud, yes? They got blessed, yes? Other young girls in the hood would have had someone their own age to look up to. It must have been something, to be an inspiration. For the people you grew up with, the people around you, to see literally that anything is possible. And you will be right. All these are true. But this is the music business. This is not a place for kids. Not a place for kids who aren't protected by people who knew better. This is a game where naive young girls get exploited. Okay, so there's the whole Jay-Z drama. Oh boy, back to the late 90s when Foxy and Hav were the ultimate hip-hop power duo, dominating the charts, but word is, behind all those bangers, there was some serious drama brewing. Foxy wasn't exactly subtle with her lyrics, always dropping hints about hooking up with Jay. Like, girl, are you flirting or just teasing us all? Meanwhile, Jay-Z was all chill and mysterious. Smart move for Jay, as the guy an underage girl might be gushing about. Rumor has it their relationship wasn't just about making music. Word on the street is that Jay-Z might have gotten with Foxy when she was still too young, and things got pretty shady after that. Allegedly, when Foxy started getting too hard to handle, Jay-Z used his clout to blacklist her from the industry. Like, yikes, right? And I know that does sound like something that can be dismissed as another conspiracy theory, but there's a whole lot to the story. Fast forward to today, and people are whispering that Jay's been paying Foxy to keep quiet about their past. I mean, how else do you explain Foxy going from the top of the game to practically disappearing? It's like 1 minute she was everywhere, and then poof, she's gone. So nothing's confirmed, but word on the street is that Jay-Z didn't just allegedly pass an STD to Foxy, OMG, but there's also some serious chatter about her hooking up with a bunch of guys in Philly. Yeah, you heard me right. Multiple guys. Double yikes. And just when you think it couldn't get any wilder, rumor has it there's a tape out there. Picture this: Foxy, Jay-Z, and Jamie Foxx in a full-on threesome. Like, what even? Although Foxy did come out publicly to deny this story, but rumor mill keeps working overtime here. And also, who does a story like that remind you of? Who has had this kind of news about wild ogie parties with hotshot celebrities floating around the media for years? Which of Jay's friends' houses was recently raided by federal agents? You get one guess, come on, I'll wait.
Disturbing new video appears to support some of the accusations of abuse against music mogul Sean Diddy Combs.
We want to warn you that this video you're about to see is extremely graphic.
Bad boy Diddy has been on the news a lot recently, hasn't he? My God, that is such a gross understatement. His PR team has to be making a from all the extra hours they have had to work this year. And not just his PR team really, it's someone took a match, poured gasoline on his entire brand, and lit it up. Someone's name is Cassie, his ex-wife. And now that the entire house is burning down along with the entire real estate where the bodies have been buried for so long, all types of things are coming out of the woodwork. So many skeletons. And word on the street is, Foxy has been there since day one. Foxy could put Diddy in jail.
Foxy is a whole nother problem for them. It's gonna be really interesting if she gets on a jury stand.
Diddy, aka Sean Combs. This guy is more than just a rapper, he's a total mogul. Starting out in Harlem, he made big moves with artists like Notorious B.I.G., Mary J. Blige, and Usher. After launching Bad Boy Records in '93, it was game on. His debut album, No Way Out, was a smash hit, especially the track I'll Be Missing You, which made history by hitting #1 on the Billboard Hot 100. Diddy didn't stop there. He dropped albums like Forever, Press Play, and even formed Diddy, Dirty Money. Remember Last Train to Paris? Yep, that was him too. Outside of music, he's a fashion icon with Sean John, rocked it as Ciroc's face, and launched Revolt. Oh, and did I mention he's a billionaire? Like, literally $1 billion man. The drama surrounding Diddy right now. It's important to add that because rumors about Diddy's activities in the industry has been in circulation for decades, literally. It all started in late 2023 when his ex, Cassie Ventura, dropped a bombshell lawsuit accusing him of assault. They settled it quietly, but then the floodgates opened. 3 more lawsuits followed. with others claiming misconduct stretching back to the early 90s. Companies started ditching him left and right, and even Howard University stripped him of his honorary doctorate. Things got even crazier in March 2024 when Homeland Security raided his properties as part of an investigation. And then, to top it off, surveillance footage leaked showing him physically assaulting Cassie in a hotel back in 2016. He apologized in a video, but the damage was done. Diddy's under serious fire right now, facing backlash from all angles. Stay tuned as this story unfolds. It's like a real-life soap opera. They coming after him now from all angles. They're even linking Diddy to Paca's death. And that particular allegation has been making rounds in the industry for so long. Eminem even joked about on shot.
Yeah, I feel you. But Foxy Brown, how you feel about the news that broke that, she might testify against Keefe D?
All right, here's the scoop on Foxy Brown and this guy called Keefe D and how that could land Diddy in deeper mess. It's crazy. Let's not get ahead ourselves here. Who's Keefe D? Keefe D, aka Dwayne Keith Davis, is no stranger to drama. He's an old-school gang member who got caught up big time. Back in '96, he allegedly rolled with the crew that was involved in Tupac Shakur's shooting. Keefe D claims he was in the car when it all went down, and now, years later, the cops have charged him for his role in the Detectives even named his nephew, Orlando Anderson, as another suspect, but he got taken out in a gang shootout in '98. Keefe D got arrested in 2023 and slapped with serious charges, though he managed to get bail and is on house arrest for now. His trial's been pushed back a bit, but the drama's still heating up. So picture this. Foxy's partying with the crew, cruising to the scene with Zip and the gang. Now, here comes Keefe D into the mix, allegedly heading another way when things went down. Foxy could be the key witness, since she was there, and could place Keefe D in the vicinity.
And the story that I heard is that when Keefe D and them saw Tupac and them, they told Zip and them they was gonna go holler.
Now who's Zip? Zip is apparently one of Puff's guys. Diddy is Puff. Keep up. After Tupac's tragic death, word on the street was that Puffy allegedly handed over $1 million to Zip, who was supposed to pass it on to Keefe D. But guess what? Zip supposedly pocketed the cash instead. T.K. Kirkland, in an interview, said he heard the same story when he was roomies with Zip. Imagine if Zip had actually given that money to Keefe D. It could have landed Puffy in serious hot water for allegedly paying for a hit. In hindsight, it might have been a blessing in disguise for Puffy that Zip didn't deliver the dough. Otherwise, it could have been a whole for hire mess.
Zip and them went one way, and Keefe D and them went the other way. The other way was to where Pac and them was at.
Now, everyone's talking about it, from rappers to lawyers. Zip's reputation for ripping people off isn't new, but dang, $1 million? Ballsy. But hold up, let's clear some things. Foxy was just rolling with Zip's crew for safety, not necessarily getting involved in their business. She was dating Corrupt at the time, not mixed up with Zip like that. Now, if she's called to testify, it's gonna be a major moment. She could spill the beans or use her Fifth Amendment right to stay quiet. Either way, this drama's heating up, and Foxy's right in the middle of it.
So Foxy car in the car with Zip and them, she could testify that Keefe D was there. He went one way and we went the other way.
Now this is just a new development on the Avengers of charges leveled on Diddy. So Rodney Lil Rod Jones dropped a bombshell lawsuit against Puffy, claiming all sorts of wild things. From hidden cameras in Diddy's mansions to allegations of misconduct, forced use, and even ventures. Jones, a record producer who worked with Diddy on his recent album, the Love album Off the Grid, is suing for a whopping $30 million. He's accusing Diddy of running a shady setup with his staff and even involving his own son in this mess. The lawsuit paints a picture of parties with and underage girls, all hushed up with NDAs. Jones also claims he was set up to be assaulted by Cuba Gooding Jr. on a yacht, which Diddy allegedly did nothing to stop. But wait, there's more drama. Homeland Security raided Diddy's homes as part of a investigation. This is next-level scandalous. Diddy's denying everything, of course, calling Jones a liar out for a payday. This story's shaking up Hollywood, and it's not going away anytime soon.
At this point, we know that federal investigators have subpoenaed a number of companies tied to Diddy, including charter jet companies, home security companies, computer companies.
While Diddy's dealing with serious lawsuits left and right, Foxy's speaking out saying her time with him was all good. She posted a screenshot of her text convo where someone named Daryl Brown brought up Diddy's scandal. They were grateful Foxy didn't get mixed up in the mess when Diddy tried to sign her, but apparently Foxy seems to be on Diddy's side of the aisle. She's saying Diddy hooked her up with serious cash. She even called their collaboration between Def Jam and Bad Boy a major win. These two go way back, dropping hits together like I'll Be and Friend. Diddy has been instrumental in her career. About her career, yeah, Foxy is a legend. Back in '96, she dropped her debut album, Il Na Na, and it was a hit straight out the gate. Sold over 128,000 copies in the first week and hit number 7 on the Billboard 200. Talk about a big debut. Il Na Na was stacked with tracks produced by Trackmasters and featured heavyweights like Jay-Z, Blackstreet, Method Man, and Kid Capri. It went platinum and spun off 2 major singles, Get Me Home with Blackstreet and I'll Be featuring Jay-Z. After blowing up with her solo career, Foxy teamed up with Nas, AZ, and later Nature to form The Firm. Their album, cooked up with Dr. Dre and the Trackmasters, hit number 1 on the Billboard charts. They were on fire. She even hit the spring break scene with MTV and did the Smokin' Grooves tour with Cypress Hill, Erykah Badu, Outkast, and more. But things got a bit rocky when she started missing tour dates and eventually had to bow out. Foxy's album China Doll dropped in January '99 and smashed onto the Billboard 200 at number 1. She moved 173,000 copies in the first week. Major flex. She's only the second female rapper to hit that milestone after the also legendary Lauryn Hill. But, like all roller coasters, the hype simmered down pretty quick in the following weeks. Still, Foxy's album hit platinum status after selling over 1 million copies. That's no small feat. China Doll solidified Foxy Brown's status as a powerhouse in the rap game, paving the way for more female artists to shine in the industry. In the early 2000s, she dropped Broken Silence in 2001, hitting us with bangers like Oh Yeah featuring her boo at the time, Spraga Benz. Remember Nana Be Like and Candy with Kellys? They were radio hits. Even if Candy never officially dropped as a single, it still rocked the charts. The album debuted strong at number 5 on the Billboard charts, moving 130,000 units in the first week alone. Classic Foxy move, she went gold again, selling over 500,000 copies, proving she's a force to be reckoned with in the rap game. Then in 2002, she came back with Stylin' and kept the vibe alive with remixes featuring heavy hitters like Birdman and N.O.R.E. Foxy's always been in the mix, even popping up on DJ Kaysley's tracks and Luther Vandross's final album.
Ain't nothing worse than a black woman scorn. I move with integrity, it's hard being a celebrity. And loving you was like a gift and a curse.
In the mid-2000s, after a fallout with Def Jam over her album Il Na Na 2 The Fever, Foxy bounced back with a reunion tour with Jay-Z and planned a new album called Black Roses. She had big dreams for it, collaborating with heavyweights like Kanye West and Timbaland. But things took a turn when Foxy announced she had severe hearing loss, putting Black Roses on hold. Surgery restored her hearing in 2006, and she aimed to finish the album by year's end. However, word Jay-Z don't like delays, and Black Roses got scrapped from Def Jam's lineup in 2006. By 2007, Foxy found a new path, signing with Black Hand Entertainment and planning to drop Black Roses independently. She even launched her own label, Black Rose Entertainment, aiming to regain control of her music. The album, Brooklyn's Don Diva, finally hit the streets in 2008 after delays caused by her legal troubles. It featured some tracks from her earlier projects and made a decent splash on the charts. Now, although Foxy has had such a stellar career, she's got some personal issues that might bring her character into question. Foxy has been through some stuff and has been depressed and reactive. She has made some bad decisions.
Foxy has been through a lot in this industry.
Back in 2007, she landed herself in hot water for a salon brawl in NYC, which violated her probation. She got a year in the slammer for that. Then, in prison, she got into it with another inmate, landing her in solitary for 76 days. Talk about drama. Something straight out of a reality show. She got herself into solitary confinement for 76 days, all because of some wild incidents. First, she got into a shoving match with another inmate on the way to lunch. Then, she apparently mouthed off at guards and refused a test. And if that wasn't enough drama, she flat out refused to get on a bus to court. She got locked up for most of the day, with just an hour of free time. Fast forward to 2010, she's arrested again for allegedly violating a restraining order by mouthing off and mooning her neighbor. She even chucked her BlackBerry at her before. She pleaded not guilty, but the charges were eventually dropped in 2011. So what's it going to be? Will Foxy another nail in the coffin for Diddy? I guess we'll find out.